Good day. Today we are discussing the concept of ill health. Ill health simply means a kind of mental problems connected with the relationship between the mind and the body. These are mental problems associated with stress, worry, or other likely causes. People suffering from psychosomatic health are always unsettled. They lack persistence in discharging their normal duty. They are often frustrated, they have no affection, and they are very unsatisfied. Basically, there are two major categories of mental illness, which are psychosis and neurosis. Psychosis is the severe type that may not be cured unless the victim goes to the hospital to see the specialist. Psychosis may be caused by such factors like atherosclerosis, injury to the brain, stress, or humor. Psychosis refers to an abnormal condition of the mind. It may be genetic in nature. Psychiatric term for mental state associated with loss of contact with reality. What that means is that the specialist normally refers to people that suffer from psychosis as those people that don't normally have contact with reality of the life. So psychosis is somewhat severe. There are brief description of different types of psychosis illnesses. Schizophrenia. This is a type of psychosis whereby the person experiences some psychotic symptoms for at least some months, with significant decline in the person's ability to function well. Then we have bipolar illness. This has to do with mood disturbance instead of thought disturbance. Then drug-induced psychosis is another type. Then we have organic psychosis. Then brief psychotic disorder. At times the symptoms of this kind of illness normally appears suddenly and trigger to the major stress in person's life. Then delusion disorder is another type of psychosis. Well, symptoms of psychosis include the following. Actually, this illness can just come suddenly and can develop gradually. There may be early warning signs such as social withdrawal, feeling suspicious, tense situations, or feeling of being depressed when the situation does not really warrant such. So there may be changes in concentration ability. The memory may be distorted. Thinking may not be normal the way it's supposed to be. Then feeling of being depressed can also be a kind of symptoms exhibited by the victim. There may be changes in concentration ability as well as other issues related to memory. There may also be changes in appetite. Sleeping patterns may be distorted. Energy dispensation may not be as usual. Well, some other common symptoms are changes in thinking patterns, unusual or false beliefs. A kind of situation where the victim begin to suspect others as if he is not safe with them. Changes in perception is another symptoms that may be exhibited by the victims. Changes in feeling and mood, changes in behavior. Then I earlier said that we have two major types of mental illness. The second type is neurosis. Neurosis is the second type of mental illness. Neuroses are caused by nerve disorder without any physical injury to the brain. Neuroses are characterized by fears or depressed feelings. A neurotic person may experience excessive sweating, unusual breathing, rapid pulse rates, and loss of appetite. There may be problem of digestion. There may be issue related to frequent urination, or such person may not have feelings for love. Then the victim can, cry out, can laugh at it, sleep over it, and as well meeting the counselor or elderly person who can guide such person. Neurotic has different categories, which includes anxiety neurosis, depressive neurosis, obsessive compulsive neurosis, post-traumatic stress disorder. Other types of neurosis include symptoms of neurosis include chest pain, tremor, anxiety, sweating, nausea, and so on and so forth. Such person may experience a kind of sadness. The feelings of hopelessness may be there. They may be restless. The victims may be thinking of committing suicide. They may not be able to concentrate as usual. They may begin to experience a kind of fatigue, and so on and so forth. However, obsessive compulsive disorder always refers to the persistence and the stressing recurrence of intrusive images and its repetitive behaviors of occurrence. For example, the person may check the stove 20 times to make sure it is really turned off. Although it's like most people do suffer from this kind of obsessive compulsive disorder. Sometimes after locking the door, you go back to check whether the door is properly locked or not. So the symptoms include fear of causing harm to yourself or others. Sexual violence may occur. Excessive focus on religious or moral ideas. Fear of losing or not hearing things you might need. Then superstition. Symptoms of these illness include gastrointestinal distress. There may be sexual problems. There may be problem in breathing, high level of worry, pain, and so on and so forth. However, severe stress and functional disability caused by war, witnessing a traumatic event such as war combat or kidnapping or killing may as well lead to this kind of illness. The symptoms of this include nightmare, terrible daydreams, loss of memory, lack of attention, and so on and so forth. Neurosis should be treated by a counselor. By a therapist, psychologist, psychiatrist, or other mental health care providers. Other forms of mental illness include schizophrenia. This is the mental problems associated with serious disturbance of thinking and behavior. The victim may be unduly happy without any reason. They may be silent He may withdraw from the group. He may suffer from false idea, which we normally refer to as delusion. He may also suffer from imaginary voices or vision, hallucination. So all these may be as a result of schizophrenia. Paranoid is another type of mental illness. This is characterized by false idea or a kind of exaggeration. Sometimes somebody may be checking you abnormally. So in such a situation, such person may be suffering from paranoid. So such person may behave like schizophrenia fitting. Delirium is another type of mental illness. Delirium is characterized by confusion disorder, speech imaginary voices or visions. Then dementia is another type of mental illness. Dementia in most cases is caused by old age, when mentality deteriorates and this may eventually affect the person's ability to recollect some of the facts. It may also result to insanity, and most cases it starts from 60 years and above. Phobia is other mental illness. Phobia is common among people. Phobia has nothing to do with age. This is consistent fear for certain things. Sometimes a person may have fear for water or blood. The victim may not be able to carry out further activities. The moment such things is cited, the person's behavior becomes extremes for whatever he or she has fear for. At times, the fear makes no sense. It may not be realistic fear. Then anger is another type of mental illness. Anger is a negative emotion. It is normally expressed in violent ways, but it is normal emotion that everyone do experience from time to time. The moment you see something that doesn't appeal to you, it may, if care is not taken, it may result to anger. So one should be able to find a way to manage those or to prevent those mental illnesses. Depression is a mood disorder characterized by low energy level. So this is another kind of mental illnesses. But let's quickly consider suicide. Suicide is one of the major tragedies of our time. Suicidal people tend to become overwhelmed with a range of destructive emotions. Sometimes when all hope is lost, so people may decide to take to suicide. Suicide is not the best in our society, and everything must be done in order to guard against it. There are some warning signs of suicidal behavior. These are those things that might have been noticed in such person before the act is committed. There may be change in appetite, change in sleeping pattern, decreased concentration, non-interest in pleasure activities, social withdrawal, feelings of hopelessness and worthlessness, excessive guilt, then suicidal thought. Panic and loneliness can as well be grouped or considered under mental illness. Panic is difficult experience for most people. Any causes of panic situation, people normally find it difficult to easily forget. And some of the components of panic disorder include rapid heart rate, chest pain, palpitation, heart attack, sweating, shivers, hot flashes, dizziness, and feeling of heart, headache, shortness of breath. So all these are some signs or symptoms that may be exhibited by somebody suffering from this disorder. Finally, loneliness is another mental illness. Loneliness are displayed by many people who are depressed. People who are said to be lonely, they prefer close personal relationship, but they are unable to establish them. Many people enjoy being alone occasionally, especially when you need to relax. So loneliness should also be avoided in our midst. Let's quickly discuss the characteristics of mentally healthy person. Characteristics of mentally healthy person. These are some of the behaviors that are expected from normal human being. Though we are not saints, we are not angels, environmental factors may disturb our behavior, but notwithstanding, one should find a way at least to improve on it. And it's better for us to know those characteristics so that we'll be able to work towards achieving them. Some of the characteristics that describe a mental and social healthy person include feeling comfortable about yourself. How do you normally express your thoughts? Can I cope with disappointment or success? Or better put, are you the type that cope with disappointment or success? Can you recognize personal shortcomings? Some people even find it difficult to identify their shortcomings. If you can't identify it, if you can't recognize it, how will you be able to improve on them? So it is very, very important for us at least to put all these things into consideration in order to assist us to improve on our mental and social health. Other characteristics include being cheerful and active, especially in group activities. Are you the type that know your limits as well as your abilities? Do you live by a standard, by a set of standards, or do you know the importance of what you are doing? Do you like yourself? Do you normally feel right about yourself? Talk less of feeling right about other people. There are some people, they condemn their activities easily. Somebody that do condemns his activities, what do you expect from him? To other people's activities. Are you the type that go well with others? Do you enjoy being alone at times? Can you interact with others and cope and cooperate with them, especially when discharging group activities? Do you normally receive love easily, or are you the type that even trust other people around you? So are you the type that appreciate differences in other people? We can't be the same. Definitely there must be different characteristics in us. So are you the type that can face challenge easily, or are you the type that do assist others when facing